Hey there, we're sharpening some spindle gouges today. Young folks, come on in here and let's talk about this just a minute. I like to keep my gouges sharp. It makes turning so much easier, so much less sanding, and overall just makes for a better experience. Let's walk through the process, okay? Hey, I'm Dean. Welcome to the shop. Y'all come on in and make yourself comfortable. Today we've got a spindle gouge here, and I want to show you some of the tools I use to set up and to sharpen this. First of all, I've got this nifty little tool right here. You put it in the flute, you run the other edge right along with the bevel, and when you get that matched up, turn it over and read it, and it'll tell you exactly what the bevel is. For this particular set of bowl gouges, I use 35-degree bevel angle. Now, I'm not saying 35 degrees perfect. I'm not saying 35 degrees what you should be using. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, and I'll tell you how to figure out what's the best angle for you. So let's talk about the equipment that I use to do my sharpening with, okay? And by the way, why don't you go down in the comments and tell me what equipment you use. I know that some people use a similar system that I have. I've got a Rikon slow speed grinder. I've got a Wolverine jig underneath it, and that's what I use to sharpen my tools on. I bought a less expensive setup in the beginning. Let's just say I wasn't completely satisfied with it. So therefore I went ahead and bought the Wolverine, and I have been happy with it from day one. Let's look at this little deal right here. And I'll bring that right on in close to the camera there, so that you can see it a little bit better. Hopefully you can see it has a series of numbers here, and this loosens up and that pointer moves. And that lets me determine my angle. So regardless of where this is, if it's in my shop, your shop, or in somebody else's shop, I can walk in, set this in there, move that to where both buttons are touching, tighten that up. We're going to check it. They're both real close there, if not perfect. So I know that when I put this on there and I check that bevel, it's going to be right. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I do here. I'm going to start on one side, and I'm going to rotate it almost to the center. I'm going to start on the other side, almost to the center. Then I'm going to come in, I'm going to start on one side, go all the way through to the other side. Folks, that's sharp. I've got a complete grind all the way across that. Let me just step right in here, and you can look at that. Hopefully you can see it. It's sharp. Now notice I didn't say I was going to grind my tool. I said I was going to sharpen my tool. I don't like grinding them because you can literally grind away $100 worth of metal in a day if that's what you set your mind to do. All I want to do is get it sharp. Light touch, one side, the other side, all the way around. Now, one of the tricks you can use is take a black Sharpie, and let's just mark that, and we'll go all the way around it with black. So if you have any doubt whether you're getting a good edge, this is going to let you know. Let's do that trick one more time. And again, we're starting on one side, coming to almost the middle, other side, almost the middle, start on the side again, all the way around, and you will notice that once again, it's black. There's no black in there. We got a good grind. Or a good sharpen, I should say. Excuse me on using that G word there. But guys, you would be amazed at how quick your tools go dull or lose their sharpness. And the sharper you get a tool, the faster it's going to dull. Basically, the better edge you have on it, the thinner it is, and the faster it's going to dull back. So this is not as sharp as you can get these tools, but it's as sharp as you need to get them, in my opinion. You may notice that I'm using the old white wheel on this. I have a couple of CBN wheels. I just hadn't had a chance to put them on yet, okay? With some health issues, I was out of the shop for a couple of years. I'm back in it and super happy to be here. So we'll get them put on. It's just going to take a minute. Guys, I'm hoping that that helped y'all just a little bit. Just remember, you know, you see folks, they'll sharpen their hand plane and they get it shaving sharp. Well, with a hand plane, say you lay out a 3-foot board and you hit it, maybe you hit it 3, maybe let's say 4 times in a minute. Well, that's 12 feet of wood you just planed in a minute. Let's take, we'll just go with a bowl, simply because I know those numbers right off the top of my head. An 8-inch bowl is 25 and some odd inches around circumference. 500 RPMs, each point on that bowl is passing that gouge once or 500 times a minute. If it's, we'll even it out from 25 inches and call it 2 feet. That's 2 feet every revolution, and 500 revolutions. You're cutting 1,000 feet in a minute with a gouge. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit less than that with a spindle, but nobody's going to turn a spindle at 500 RPMs. You're probably going to be turning at 1,000 or maybe more. So again, you're running a lot of wood past that edge. You want to stop every once in a while and sharpen it. It's going to make your turning much more pleasant. It's going to give you a smoother cut. And the big benefit is you're going to use a whole lot less sandpaper, and who likes sanding? Folks, let's talk about the angle just a minute. So I told you I would try to help you figure out what's the perfect angle for you. And I believe this is the best way, if not the only way, to figure that out. And that is pick an angle and start with it. You saw me sharpening my spindle gouge at a 35-degree angle. I've got a detail gouge here, detail spindle gouge, that's at a 25-degree angle. Some folks may sharpen their spindle gouges at a 40-degree angle. Folks, the only way to figure out what's going to be right for you is to start somewhere. Say you start at 35. If that's not working just like you want it, go to 40. If that's not the right direction, go back to 30. But you have to sharpen those gouges at the different angles and cut with them. And let me make a recommendation on what to cut. Get you a piece of 2x2 pine and put on there and work with pine. Now, why would I say pine instead of a hardwood? Well, pine is soft. It's going to tear out so much quicker than, say, a hardwood. It's going to give you a little bit more feedback on exactly what you're doing. And folks, I would love to give you a magic number and say, hey, sharpen your spindle gouge to this and it'll work perfect for you. Unfortunately, that's just not realistic, and anybody that does that probably shouldn't be telling you what angle to use on your spindle gouge. Okay? Folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy turning.